Up, sleepyheads. It's party time! And it's another episode of Twisted Terror. I am your host, Father Mahoney. You know, this is just my little side show when I don't have a Father Mahoney's House of Horrors coming out. So I'm just here to talk about three particular movies coming soon to a theater near you. So first we'll start with Saw X. Saw X is supposed to be coming out in February. It's not February, September. And, continuing journeys of Jigsaw. It's good that they're getting back to the Saw part. I've never really been a big Saw guy. I followed like the first four, maybe. Five was okay. Then they had that one with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson, like the spinoff, and that was good. I mean, it was cool to see Sam Jackson and Chris Rock in a horror movie, but we're gonna get Saw XO coming soon to a theater near you. I don't know much of the details yet on it, but are you guys excited for another Saw, or do you think, like my video a couple weeks ago where I talked about, is it time to retire? Is it time for them to release this movie and then be done with the series, or you think that Jigsaw still has more to give? So let me know down in the comment section. Like I said, I've never really been a giant. I'm more of a Scream guy, even though I know Scream has had its share of not so good movies, but I really enjoyed Scream 6. So I think a Scream 7 would definitely not be out of the question. I said I was going to only talk about 3 movies, but I guess I got into Scream 2. So, what more can I say about Jigsaw, though? I mean, I find it an intriguing character, but some of the movies just didn't do it for me. So, let's skip on by right to the second movie. Well, now technically the third movie. The Nun 2. Now, I know it's part of the whole Conjuring universe, and I know a lot of people really didn't like the first Nun. I tend to disagree with that. I really enjoyed the Nun. It was a good build-up story. It was kind of tied in at the end to the original Conjuring, with the guy at the end. That's the footage you see in when the mother goes to the school where where the kids are learning about possessions and exorcisms, and you see that guy who ties in at the end that the Nun 2. So it was pretty cool how they did tie that in. I thought Nun 2 had some good legitimate scares. Obviously, it wasn't the best in the universe, but I'm excited to see a Nun 2. And I believe that's also coming out in September. And then we have the one that everybody's talking about right now. Mostly bad, and I don't understand the hate. I liked it. I liked the trailer. The Exorcist Believer. Now, when you make an exorcism movie, or even just in the Exorcist universe, you have a lot to live up to. Because the first one is widely considered in the top 3 or the best debatable horror movie ever made. I know a lot of people out there, oh, it wasn't the best, and a lot of people were, but according to a lot of lists, the Exorcist is probably in everybody's top 10. And I'm going straight to saying everybody, but most people's top 10. Yeah, and then they had some of the part 2 was kind of strange. A lot of people like part 3. Then they had the Exorcist Dominion, but you have a lot to live up to when you choose to make an Exorcist movie. So, of course, I can see how people are skeptical because they want the classic Exorcist movie made today. I'm going to tell you right now, that can't happen. Filmmaking is done differently today. There's more CGI used instead of practical effects. So you're not going to have a 70s style Exorcist movie. And if you think you are, you're wrong. You're not going to replicate what they did. But with that said, we need to stop judging stuff by a trailer. It's a 2.5 minute trailer. And I believe they said that the movie is going to be like hour 45 to 2 hours long. So how can you judge a movie on 2.5 minutes of footage? A lot of times, these trailers are very deceptive. They purposely don't tell you a lot because they want you to see it. And the trailers that do tell you too much, they're the ones that make the mistake. So I watched the trailer. I found it intriguing. And I love the fact that they're bringing back Chris O'Neill. And the same actress, Ellen Burstyn. I love that. Because I think this makes it come full circle now. You know, I would not be disappointed at all if they had the final battle with the demon and be done with it. I know a lot of people say, well, how can you say that? But you're not a horror fan if you don't want more sequels. I believe that something that comes full circle like that, where The Exorcist was 50 years ago, and you have the returning star from the original, I think that would be a perfect closure. If there's more, I'll go see them. But I think sometimes they miss opportunities like that to end it with the original. And I hear the other one. Well, Linda Blair's not in it. First of all, how do you know that? Like, sometimes they hold that. Like, when Cabin in the Woods came out, they didn't announce that Sigourney Weaver was in it. I thought that was a great surprise. So, she might have a small cameo at the end there. Make it have the tease for another movie. Who knows? Stop judging things by a trailer, people. It's a trailer. It's not the movie. And even if it's not the greatest movie, let's cherish these movies. And I'm not just talking about Exorcist anymore. I'm talking about anything. Comedy, drama, thrillers, animation, whatever kind of movie you're into. Let's cherish these right now. Because with the writer's strike, we don't know how long there's going to be newer movies coming out. These movies coming out right now have already been finished. But what happens if the writer's strike goes on for a while and movie theaters don't have anything to show? One of two things are going to happen. Either the movie theaters are going to get desperate and start showing older movies, older popular movies to try to save revenue, or B, they're going to go out of business. You got to remember, these movie theaters are still recovering from COVID. So now they got to fight another battle to stay alive. And I know people out there, well, I can watch it on my streaming service. It's not the same. Any Hollywood actor will tell you that. It is not the same. For years, these actors have been fighting and clawing and scratching and everything to have their face on the big screen. And for years, the moviegoers have been waiting patiently for us, these coming soon movies to come out so they can watch it on the big screen. My first live action movie, I got to see Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I thought that was the greatest moment of my life. Harrison Ford on the big giant screen playing Indiana Jones. It's crazy that Indiana Jones is still around. But let's not take this for granted, guys. I understand Hollywood is in a battle for being treated better and residuals and all that. And they deserve all that. But at the same time, the moviegoer is going to pay the price. So let's take these movies and enjoy them while they're here, because we don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this writer strike goes quickly, smoothly, so we can continue to watch our favorite characters or our favorite genres of films on the big screen. Because once the day comes that you're going to watch it in front of your own TV, the movies are truly dead to me. Yes, we'll get to still see our favorite people. Yes, the Hollywood actors will still get their pay for these things. But it's not the same. I remember the first time I saw Friday the 13th on the big screen. Jason was larger than life. Sackhead Jason. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I was driving. I got to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, in a drive-in movie theater. Drive-ins are a few now. Let's not let that happen to movie theaters here. So remember, in September we have The Nun 2, Saw X, and October we have Exorcist Believer. And I'll throw in one more movie. Terrifier 2 did so great that it released the original Terrifier for short viewings around the country. And now they're working on Terrifier 3, which is supposed to be a much bigger budget. So Art the Clown is returning. But that won't be 2024, but I'm a patient man, because that's one of the movies that when I saw Terrifier, the first one, I thought I could never see anything more gory. Terrifier 2 came out, and I was like, oh my God. Jamie Leone said in Terrifier 3, they're going to push the envelope. I can't wait. So, those are the movies I wanted to talk about today. If there's any other movies that you guys want to hear about, let me know. And maybe on a future episode of Twisted Terror, that I'll give you my take on if I'm excited, if I'm not. And what's up, everybody? Oh, before I go, big shout out to the intro song. It's called Dead Eyes by Evil X. You can find Evil X on Spotify. Subscribe to their Spotify channel, and they kick some major ass, guys. So much love, peace, harmony, everybody. Be good, but not too good.